Welcome back, everyone. This is Super Kelly Brothers Podcast, episode 227 for the 5th. Remember the 5th of November, 2023. My name's Sloan Kelly.
My name's Jody Kelly.
And happy Guy Fawkes Day.
5th of November, Guy Fawkes tried to blow up the House of Parliament. Did he blow them
Parliament?
up? No. Did he blow them up?
Plot.
No.
Plot. He plotted to blow them up, and then he was found. He was found with the old match, like mid-strike. He's like, and the authorities were like, "Hey, you're nicked."
Oh, all right.
And that was it. Guy Fawkes.
Quite harsh what they did to him. Then when you think about it,
hung, drawn, and quartered, wasn't it?
That's easy for you to say. Yeah. I think he got the full treatment. Put it that way.
Right. He's only half the man he used to be.
They pulled out his nails one by one.
That's right, yeah.
And he said, "Can I ever play the piano again?"
This is working before.
Talked over my jokes. Shut up.
That's my joke.
Damn it. Look, you've lost a listener already.
What? Oh, I so I have. Damn it. There you go. Oh, good. The printer started. Oh, it's going well. Oh. Jody had to. I watched him, and he's got one of these origami dining room tables, and he was like, "I'll just set the studio up." And it was like something out of it was like those two robots out of Interstellar.
Yeah. I know.
Case and was it Case and
yeah.
What was the other one? I can't remember the other one.
It's got a hinge in the middle.
Tars and Case.
Yeah, you fold it over, and then you turn the whole table.
Aye,
in place. Yeah, it's quite weird.
Those are my two favourite robots in all of science fiction. Those two.
They're pretty good.
They're really good. Good personalities as well.
We did do a robot episode, didn't we?
I think we did, and I think that might have been my number one. My number one was those two.
I think it was.
I don't know. I find them. I find that's what you would make a robot. Like that's how you would do a robot if you were doing
a Swiss Army knife.
Robot. Yeah, like a Swiss Army knife type thing, where it was just basically a slab of something.
Especially that type of robot in Interstellar.
Exactly, yeah, because it kind of bolted in with the ship, didn't it? Like one of them was one of the navigators, and the other one was like a kind of info panel type thing.
I think we're going to watch that film again soon. Actually,
yeah, makes me cry.
Good film.
Shall we crack on with the old the news? Well, we start off with I don't want to go into it too much, but the Dune, depending on who you ask. The prequel series, The Sisterhood, is no longer called Dune Sisterhood. It's called Dune Prophecy, and it's going to be set for release in 2024. So the end of 2024, which is roughly the same time as Dune comes out. But I thought
is this based on books?
It's based on the rise of the Bene Gesserit, the Jedi, effectively of the Dune universe.
Yeah. Okay. Not been interested. So has it got that? Is it? I mean,
it's 10,000 years before it. So.
All right,
it's the birth of it's the birth of the empire and all that kind of stuff. So it's not going to be.
Do you know what makes me nervous? There's been so many of these.
Is it skydiving?
This is not the first time that we've had a Dune TV show. James McAvoy was in one good few years ago.
Yep.
There's been a few. There's been a few sort of spin-off things. So I'm not that excited, I'll be honest with you.
I think because Denis Villeneuve is involved.
Oh well, I'm excited now. You never told me that.
Yeah, I think he's like exec producer or something. So,
right.
Did you know that the Lego has announced the Ornithopter?
You shared something to me and James, I think. Yeah.
I was like, well, clearly, Lego doesn't want me to have any money in my bank account.
Correct. I mean, that's like the perfect storm for you. A Lego set, it's nearly Christmas, and it's Dune.
I know.
That's like, what? Tick.
I know. I mean, at some point, I might as well just start cashing them checks.
You might as well just send them money.
Yeah, just
before they announce anything.
Don't pay me, just pay Lego. I'll get my paycheck sent to Lego.
It's the perfect storm of fun.
It is, yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the main storyline here. So the main story is this one here, which is Crisis at Marvel. Let me just zoom in a wee bit here. We've been talking on it. We've like a messenger chat with our good pal James Baker. Hi James.
James.
And we've been talking about this off and on for quite a while now.
Yep.
The Marvel Universe, it's not in a great position right now. It's had a couple of flops, and it looks like the Marvels early predictions are that it's set for $70 to $80 million its opening weekend, which sounds like a lot, but for a blockbuster movie like that, it isn't. Because you really have to make like a $500 million to break even for these things.
Yeah.
And you're not going to break even with 80 million on your first week.
You might, if it's good enough, it might, word of mouth.
Yeah.
But it's unlikely, I suppose, yeah.
What's opening this weekend? Are you going to go and see it this weekend?
I don't even know it was opening this weekend, I'll be honest
There
with
you
you.
go.
Yeah.
See? That's my point, is that it's like it's just been this kind of non-event.
Yeah, this phase of Marvel haven't really had an event movie
No.
the way that the first sort of phase did.
Do you think maybe that's because there's no stars in it now? Like Robert Downey's gone, Chris Evans is gone, Scarlett Johansson's gone. Like all
No,
the big kind of draws to the MCU are no longer with us.
don't think so, because Iron Man was a nothing concept, really. It was a kind of side character,
Mhm.
and then they built it into this. I mean, Spider Man wasn't even part of the Marvel verse at that point,
Mhm.
universe at that
Yeah.
point. So I don't know. I'm not sure what I think it's lacking direction. I think that's what it is.
Mhm.
And everybody was it was almost like a TV series. Everyone was like whooped up into a frenzy by the time that
Mhm.
Endgame came out, and it's kind of lacking direction.
Yeah.
That's what it
I
is.
mean, Anime and I watched it when we were on our wee train trip. We sat and watched them on our devices. Did the old 3, 2, 1, go thing.
Oh, did you? Right.
Yeah, and we both finished the movie and closed the devices, and we were like, "Oh, that was 2 hours well spent, wasn't it?" That
What
was
one
that was
watched?
the not the multiverse, Quantumania.
All right, okay.
It just wasn't a good movie. It didn't feel like an Ant-Man movie.
It was okay. Uh,
It was terrible.
but it didn't blow. It was okay.
I think the problem I had, and I think I said it at the time, was that it didn't feel like an Ant-Man movie. Like an Ant-Man movie is very, although there's big stakes in it, I guess that it's very family slash team oriented. Whereas
hmm
this one just felt they were trying to crowbar his kid into it, and it just felt it didn't feel.
Like
It
a
didn't
caper.
feel like an Ant-Man movie. Yeah, it didn't feel like a caper because the
hmm
previous two movies were caper movies, and this one just
Yeah.
felt something completely different.
Well,
Um,
it was him trying to do Star Wars, wasn't it? What do you call him?
How do Tron Legacy?
The director. And that, yeah.
Yeah,
What would you call it? I've lost the guy's name. Director.
Pat Patton,
Peyton Reed.
isn't he? Peyton Reed.
Peyton
That's
Reed.
him. Yeah.
Um, who's great. I think he's fantastic.
Mhm.
But I think he on the third one, I think he just kind of went, "Oh, the first
I'll
two have
just
been
call this in.
successful. This is going to be my fan movie, my kind
Yeah.
of the type of movie I want to make." Because Edgar Wright started the original Ant Man.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Peyton Reed took over.
Yeah.
So he
I think
obviously wanted to put his stamp on it.
Yeah, I think like if you compare and again compare box office numbers as well.
hmm
And I think people generally people agree with this statement is that
Mm.
Guardians of the Galaxy was a better movie, the volume
Oh,
3.
that's a great trilogy.
But
That really
it's
was.
so much heart, so much soul. Again,
hmm
it's the whole, and I
hmm
don't want to be like Fast and Furious, but it's
Yeah,
essentially all about family. It's about this
yeah,
adoptive family that have got
yeah,
together and they've stuck together through thick and thin.
yeah.
Um, and Ant-Man just felt a bit
Yeah.
Too many
It's
special
been
effects, weird characters.
it's
Let's try and be
definitely
Thor Ragnarok.
it's been hit and miss, but, I've enjoyed the Doctor Strange
Mhm.
movie, and,
Yeah,
the 3rd
it was
Spider-Man
okay.
was good.
Yeah.
Um, that's been part
Um,
of that phase, I think, isn't it?
one of the other problems, of course, the crisis at Marvel is Jonathan Majors, who
Ah, well, that's
is
uh-huh.
has been set up to be Kang,
Mhm.
but while they were filming, and this is kind of is in this report here by Tatiana Siegel on Variety.com. It came out that the motion choreographer uh, is the person who is accusing him
Oh,
of
no, you're kidding.
abuse. No.
Wow.
And so this happened on the set of Loki when they were filming
Oh,
Loki,
no.
apparently.
Right.
Yeah. So, in
Yeah,
fact,
but this is an additional thing, isn't it? The first one was, like, at a restaurant or something, was it not? Or am I getting mixed up with,
yes. Yeah, it's
Ezra
the
Miller?
second one, yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
Um, yeah, here you go. Making matters even stickier, the ex-girlfriend also worked on Quantumania as a movement coach, and the London incident took place while Majors was shooting season 2 of Loki.
Mhm. Oh,
So
no.
this isn't even like a way in the past type thing. This is
Mhm,
a fairly recent thing that's been going on. So I mean, his case is coming up at the end of the month, 24
mhm.
days, something like that. And I mean, again, we were talking about this offline. It feels like they should just recast this role. Like, just recast it.
Yeah.
You could do it with one line of dialogue, or just not bother talking about it.
Yeah,
Just go,
I
oh no,
mean,
it's Kang.
yeah, because it's the multiverse, they could easily do anything they want,
Yeah,
and change everything. So,
exactly. Yeah. I mean, there's rumors that they're going to bring in Doctor Doom, but that makes no sense. Like that's worse in a way because
mhm,
then all of a sudden you're now trying to crowbar this. By the way, I think Doctor Doom should be a big bad at some point in the MCU phases, but not this one. Like you've
mhm.
already set Kang up to be the bad guy.
Yeah,
Keep Kang as the bad guy. Just recast the role.
yeah,
There's
definitely.
plenty of actors out there that would love to take this role on, and I'm sure you
Absolutely,
could
aye.
find one of them.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a problem for
mhm.
Marvel, how they deal with it, or, you know, I mean, he's been dropped by quite a number of, um, he's been dropped by his agent, I think.
Drop of the army.
Aye. Well, that
The
not by the
ar- he did
army,
a
but that
he
was
did
the
he did a series
aye,
of commercials
recruitment
for the
thing.
army recruitment,
Uh-huh.
and they were like, "We're going to distance ourselves from this
Yeah,
guy."
yeah, he's been dropped by a few things. So
Um,
I was actually surprised to see him in Loki season 2, I have to say.
well, yeah. Given the fact that this now that it's coming out that this actually happened on the
Mm,
set of Loki season 2, this is
yeah,
not good. But
no.
it's interesting the fact is that she's a movement coach.
Hmm.
So that's like if her job is to I don't know what a movement coach does. Maybe someone
Never.
can answer in the comments below. But my assumption is that they come up with the sort of the choreography of choreography.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't pronounce that.
he's the lovely water.
The way that people move, um, the way that the character moves. I'm
It
sure you could
could
teach someone else that.
it could
It
be
doesn't have to be
yeah, it could be sort of keeping the consistency of the movements and the
exactly.
character, the
Yeah,
way that the character moves.
yeah.
Um, just adjust pose or whatever.
Like the way that Loki always does that kind of like surprised, kind of like
Mm,
punching at his chest kind of thing.
yeah. The Loki
Um,
walk as well.
the Loki walk as well, exactly. That kind of
Yeah.
like, hey, that
Hmm.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, the other problem, of course, is that the VFX, the woman who's in charge of the visual effects, um, what was her name again? She, yeah, well, there's the VFX workers thing, and then there's also who was it?
Anna George.
Yes, Victoria Alonso.
Oh,
So
sorry.
Victoria Alonso, she got credited on some movie called Argentina 1985 or something like that, which is like some kind of passion project, and
Hmm.
that's one of the reasons why they fired her. But it could also just be the fact that you know the VFX stuff wasn't that good. But the article then goes on to say the reason why the VFX isn't that good is because they're trying to fix things in post. They're trying to fix script problems in post. So, for
Right.
example, they'd they hadn't. they hadn't done any backstory about how She-Hulk became She-Hulk until like episode 8. And they're like, no, we need to bring that up to season. We need to bring that up earlier in the season. So they moved it to like episode 1 or episode 2, I think.
Right.
And so they had to do like a script rewrite in post, do some reshoots, and then do some visual effects fixes. And of course, that means that everything gets rushed, and so that's part of the problem. But anyway, Victoria Alonso, she get canned because of all this.
Hmm.
Yeah, Argentina 1995.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? The visual effects are getting stretched because there's so many programs that need it as well, which we spoke about before as well. But you know,
they also fix things after episodes aired as well.
Yeah.
So they fixed like a bunch of VFX stuff for WandaVision and for like She-Hulk in post. Not to mention, the whole debacle that was the script rewrites because of the COVID-19 virus. They had to rewrite major parts of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And then there was like harsh cuts in there where it was like, and that's why she died of a car crash, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of noticeable, I think, actually, in Falcon Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
But
it was like, when Mo says it, and the winners of the 1986 Super Bowls, they get the Atlanta Falcons, that kind of thing.
Aye.
Because there's a lot of like cut over to the reaction shots, but they would say the phrase as well. There was a lot of those kind of things.
Yeah.
So
there's a few issues then here. It's
yeah,
not
there's
just,
a lot of issues. Yeah.
I won't get through
Apparently,
the whole article, but
every episode of She-Hulk cost $25 million.
Really?
Yeah.
Money must have went on
Secret
on her.
Invasion as well is $250 million for the whole season. It's just like, how do you justify all this kind of stuff? Anyway, there's a great big the whole article is really interesting.
They're not cheap to make these things,
No, they're not. No.
Although when
I think
you see Gareth Edwards making the Creator,
yeah,
for 80 million,
yeah,
like, and that looked unbelievably stunning.
Yeah. But Foundation, the TV show Foundation, $45 million it cost to make that season.
Yeah.
It looks great. And there's a lot of visual effects in it, and it still looks great. So, I mean, I think you can mix in a lot of practical effects and I think that's what Gareth Edwards does, is he mixes in a lot of practical effects with like touch-up CGI, like the hidden CGI, the CGI that you don't notice, not like, I don't know, the end of Aquaman, where it's just all CGI. Anyway, I think we've kicked this around enough.
Yeah.
Talking of budgets, Marvel's Blade reboot, which has been rewritten 150 times. At one point, it was supposed to be female-led, and he was supposed to be like the fourth lead on it, and it was supposed to be like a kind of morality tale. Anyway, and at one point, he was going to walk as well. He's like, he's like, I'm out of here. And they're like, no, wait. And they got in the Logan writer. So now it's been given a budget of $100 million.
He will be about 70 when this movie gets made.
He's 49 just now. So, I mean,
they've been talking about it for 10 years.
How old was Wesley Snipes when
he did Blade? Well, there's talk of Wesley being in Blade, but God, it'll be bloody
right.
He's Zimmer frame.
Wesley Snipes is 61 just now.
Is he?
Yeah. So when did Blade come out? She was born in 62.
Must have been the 90s, was it? Blade.
Oh yeah. Here's TV filmography. List of Wesley Snipes performances. Blade 2 was 21 years ago. So Blade was 98. So he was 26.
Right.
36 he was. Sorry.
Right. At this moment in time, you'd say Marisha, I can never say his name, Ali, is too old to play him.
I mean, yeah, maybe. I mean,
it doesn't look it.
No, it doesn't look it. It looks great, but yeah, it seems it seems maybe he's like, I don't really want to play this character. I'm feeling a bit too old for it. But and maybe
I
he's just
mean,
fed up with the mucking around more than
the
anything
Wesley
else.
Snipes, they were really good movies as well. So
Yeah,
I don't know why it's taking them so long to get their act together and make another one. To be honest
yeah.
with you,
I don't know either.
Wesley could have done. Oh, did Wesley not go to prison? Though was that what it was?
Wesley
For
Snipes may
tax?
have gone to prison, but I mean, there was three. There was Blade 2, and Blade Trinity.
Oh, there was three. All right,
Yeah,
okay, sorry.
Blade Trinity features Deadpool. I mean, it's
Oh, so it
essentially the
does.
same character.
Yeah, so it does, but he's not got the suit on.
Yeah, it's
I'm
effectively
forgetting
the
about that.
exact same character.
He's all burnt. Yeah,
He's all yeah.
and is his mouth not sewn together?
No. You're thinking of Wolverine.
Oh,
Yeah, no. In Blade 3, Ryan Reynolds plays almost the exact same character as Wade Wilson.
I don't think I've seen that.
Haven't you? It's good.
Terrible.
Jessica Biel's in it. She plays the
Omission.
other human. She's an archer.
Oh,
In it. It's good.
nice one.
It's good. Yeah.
Oh.
Disney is going to buy the rest of Hulu from their competitors Comcast. Of course, Comcast owns Universal Studios. And that's it. There you go. 33% stake. I think it's going to be 12 billion or something. It's going to cost them some crazy like that.
So what's
8.6 billion.
What's the purpose of that move then? Do you reckon?
So they can have all the marbles. So that they can take all those Hulu people and say, well, if you want to watch Hulu, now you have to subscribe to Disney Plus. And now they can say, oh, now we've got 20 billion people on Disney Plus.
Right. Because it is on Disney Plus, but they didn't own it. So they
it isn't.
The space.
It isn't. So Hulu, the Hulu programs are on because they sub-license them or whatever it is to Star. So you and I get them on there. But if you're in the US, you have to pay for Hulu as a separate thing.
So do you have Star as well? You don't have Hulu?
Yeah, it's part of Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So anything that's on Hulu, so like Prey and all that kind of stuff, that's on Hulu. Whereas it's on Star over here, in Canada and elsewhere in the world other than the US.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're buying it.
Did Hulu not used to have its own? It wasn't. I know it wasn't always on Disney, but you could buy like a Hulu stick the way you can buy a Prime stick. Was it like that?
No, I don't know if you could do that, but you could subscribe to. I mean, it's the same as just now. You can subscribe to it separately. It was like HBO, but it was owned by. I think it was owned by Warner's, Universal, and Fox.
Right.
And then obviously Disney bought. They bought Fox, and I think they bought Warner's share at the same time. Or Fox already had bought Warner's share. I can't remember which way around it was. But basically, at one point, which is what the situation is just now, is Disney and Comcast own it as like a 67-33% split. And they're just buying the other 33%. So now they wholly own Hulu.
Well, that means they own everything on Disney Plus then.
Yeah.
They own National Geographic.
Yep.
Don't they?
Yep.
They own Hulu now.
Yep. Star Wars.
Marvel. They own it all.
All the Disney back catalogue. Yeah. All the marbles.
They got them.
They got all the marbles.
All the marbles.
Talking to Disney Plus, Indiana Jones is coming to Disney Plus.
Whoop whoop.
On the 1st of December.
Yes.
But not in the UK.
Dang.
For some reason, y'all have to wait until the 15th.
Why?
I don't know.
That makes no sense.
It's being staggered. So it's Disney Plus debut on Friday, December the 1st. And then at some point, users living outside the US can watch Disney's blockbuster later on. So I think it's the same in Canada. I don't know, but I don't know when we're getting it. I can't see. I looked through this and I couldn't see. Did I see Canada? Yeah, I didn't see Canada. So anyway, so we just have to wait a wee bit longer.
Well, It's near a
But
Christmas.
at least to be exactly, it'll be near a Christmas. It could be a Christmas movie. Do you remember when Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade was a Christmas movie
Oh man,
on BBC?
those
And it
were
was
the
like
days.
a coup,
It could be like that.
and
You're
they
right.
cut out that's for blasphemy. But
Did they?
yes, they did, because it was
Remember
broadcast on Christmas Day.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Poltergeist series in the works. So this is a Amazon.
Of course.
The MGM barrel now because they've got all the content.
Yeah. Did they not buy the? Was it sorry, Blumhouse bought the Exorcist content.
Oh, did they?
They could make Exorcist movies. Aye.
Okay.
I think. I could be wrong. Now that you've said, have they?
I don't know. I don't know. Because Blumhouse have got a first look deal with, or they had a first look deal with Universal, but I think they have like another deal with Columbia, or yeah, it must be Columbia, Sony Pictures. Because I think some of their stuff comes out on Sony Pictures, like what do you call it? Fantasy Island, that came out on Sony Pictures.
Yeah, I think it is.
Mm.
It's Universal Pictures distributed. Blumhouse Productions, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, and we're back in the room.
And we're back.
So Poltergeist, the TV series, I love the original. Can't remember the sequels, and then they remade it with our good pal. Why am I freezing on the name?
They had a TV show as well. It's not the first time there's been a
Was it not?
TV show? No. It was a TV show. Where the hell is it? Yeah, there's 2 sequels.
Oh God.
That was it. Poltergeist Legacy. That was
Sam
Raimi.
No.
Neil.
No, the guy in Jojo Rabbit.
Toinette.
He's in the remake, the remake of Poltergeist.
Sam. Oh right, Sam Rockwell.
Rockwell.
Okay. You okay there? You all right?
Jeez, how could I not remember him?
Were you just possessed by a poltergeist?
Pretty much. Which was okay. It wasn't as good as the original, though.
Did you know that Poltergeist? I didn't know this, but Poltergeist started off as a sequel to Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And when Spielberg couldn't do it because he was doing post-production on E.T., the studio wouldn't release him. And he said, but I want to do this Poltergeist, I want to do this sequel thing. And he goes, no, you can't do that. So Todd came on board as the director, but apparently Spielberg was on the set most of the times. And he suggested twisting it and making it it's Todd, isn't it? Anyway, it doesn't matter. The director, Toby Flenderson. Who is his name? What's his name? Doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm sure it's Todd.
Chainsaw guy.
That guy, yeah.
Hooper? Was it
Todd Hooper? I don't know.
Anyway,
whatever his name is.
Toby?
He suggested making it Poltergeist instead of Aliens. And Spielberg went, oh, okay. And so he rewrote it as an alien, as a Poltergeist thing.
It's actually supposed to be aliens messing with them.
It's supposed to be aliens. It's supposed to be aliens messing with a family of,
that's pretty cool.
People. Yeah. But
they should still make that
movie. That's your legacy there.
Although they kind of have. They've made a film like that, which was a really well made film.
Is that the Clearing one?
No, it's the one on Disney just now. That one I was saying to you about. God, I can't remember the name of it. This is going well tonight, isn't it?
Tonight on the Amnesia podcast.
It's like
that one with the guy with the face.
It's like that. It's got a long title. It's like you don't
look don't look in the basement because there's an alien in there.
Aye, that's the one.
No one can hear you screaming in the basement because the aliens are there.
That's it. Aye. So it's something like that.
There's aliens in the walls.
And it's a kind of really that, kind of like a poltergeist thing. Weird things
Maybe that's
happen.
what
Lights
somebody saw, and they were like, "Oh, we can do that."
do stuff, and yeah. I'd still watch that.
Cool. Did you did you hear about this one? Did you hear about this one? HBO boss Casey Bloys, he he was sick and tired of people criticizing his work, and the work at HBO. And what he did was he created fake accounts
Right.
on Twitter and went after people.
Wow.
It's a bizarre story, and basically to hit back at the critics, he apologized to the TV critics who were targeted at a press event. He said it was done during a period where he was working from home and doing an unhealthy amount of scrolling through Twitter. And he came up with a very dumb idea to vent his frustrations.
We've all done
There you
that.
go.
That's a very dumb idea. So is he getting done for it?
So apparently, in the text exchanges, Rolling Stone reports that there was one occasion when a TV critic tweeted about the HBO period drama Perry Mason. Dear Prestige TV, please find some way to communicate male trauma besides showing me a flashback to the hero's memories of trench warfare. Mr. Blouse was seemingly annoyed, according to text messages reviewed by Rolling Stone, and sent the tweet to Kathleen McCaffrey, HBO's senior vice president of drama programming. He then reportedly drafted a response to the employees to tweet, a somewhat elitist take. Is there anything more traumatic for men and now women than fighting in a war? Sorry if that seems too convenient for you. So, and it went on from there. So yeah, he said he was harassed and faced discrimination after disclosing a mental health diagnosis. So,
all right, okay. Yeah,
well,
we can all say that, can't we?
Yeah. So let's hope it gets better.
Yeah. God, that was somebody else did that, and they kind of, it's like a kind of almost like a double bluff, isn't it? It's like, oh, well, you're accusing me of this. Well, actually, I've got this really sensitive thing that's wrong with me. So you're the bad guy, not me. It's like, come on.
If anyone should be apologized to, it should be me. And I'm gonna issue an apology, and I'm gonna issue an apology not on my behalf, but on your behalf to me.
I was like, what? Wait a minute here. We'll flip around.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
I think it is you who should be apologizing to me.
Mm-hmm.
The Beatles released a new song, which is surprising because two of them are dead.
Yeah, and one's a drummer that's alive. Yeah.
There's a clip of it, and he goes, and then Paul's like, "You could play the drums," and I'm like, "I probably could."
I was hoping you'd ask me that.
Thank God for that. I'm really rusty in the mandolin.
Yeah, exactly.
So
imagine.
So this is part of sessions that John Lennon wrote in 1970, and they 78, and then they released two of them, "Free as a Bird" and the other one I can never remember, in 1994, 95. Real Love, that was it. But they had a third one, which is this one, Now and Then, which they couldn't quite get. They couldn't quite get the audio correct.
They couldn't separate John's voice from the piano.
From the piano.
Aye.
Piano.
So it was a demo he did. A demo that he'd done with
in the same set as the other two songs as well.
Yeah, on the same track. He must have had a 4-track, and he had the piano and the vocal were on the same track. They must have had to bounce tracks over whatever he did.
Yeah, actually, I think it was just a tape recorder he'd recorded it on. Just a cassette tape. I think.
I'm not sure because the quality of the piano sounds completely different to the vocal quality. The vocal quality is quite high compared to the piano. So I think I think this new version, Paul McCartney is playing the piano on it. They didn't use the piano.
Oh, I see.
From the original.
They just used the yeah.
Aye. But because they recorded it back in 1998, I think it was, when they did the anthology.
94, 95.
Was it? George Harrison worked on it, so they had stuff from George as well to use. So it means that the four of them were all managed to
All
get
on the record, yeah.
on the record
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
separating John's vocal from the piano
Mhm.
using artificial intelligence.
Now they said that they went to Peter Jackson to do all this. You know, you can do this on the web. There's a
I've
website
done
that's
it.
like it's
Mhm.
like separate tracks. I can't
Yeah.
remember what it's called. It's called like trackseparator.org or
Free.
something. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's free. And you basically you send them the audio file, and
Mhm.
then you can separate out the vocals and
Mhm.
make a karaoke thing of it. Or you
Yeah.
can separate out all the tracks, and they'll
Yeah.
give you like the guitar track, the bass track, drums, all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
I've
It's
done it.
magical.
Have you done it?
I've not done it. No, I was
I've done
gonna
it.
do it before this,
I
but
did it a few weeks. Well, before. Can't remember how I did it, but I was looking at a lot of
Mhm.
AI stuff, and I looked it up. I just did it on my phone, and
Yeah.
it's like dead easy. Aye.
So it works then, I take it.
Oh god, aye.
Well, there you go then. So you don't need all
Isolated.
this. You don't need Peter Jackson.
Well, it came about though because Peter Jackson had he'd used AI to isolate conversations.
Mm. Yeah, forget back.
Forget
Mhm.
back,
Yeah.
because there was kind of fluff in the background that
Because
he wanted
they're
to.
all plinky plink on the guitars while they're talking
Yeah,
to each other.
exactly. Aye.
And he's
So
like,
to
"Oh,
get rid. It,
can we bump up the speech there and just bring down the guitars?"
aye,
That's a terrible
it
Kiwi
was
accent there.
awful.
Sorry. I
Um,
apologise to everyone. That was clearly Western Australia.
Clearly. Um, yeah, so to
Please
get
send
rid of
complaints
all
to Jody at supercalibrothers.com.
I wish I could do this AI to you sometimes, to separate the to separate the, the dialogue from the plinky plonky stuff. Yeah.
Uh-huh. That's right. Blinky plonky stuff. That's
Yeah,
official there.
yeah,
And this is Ringo, John, Paul, and George. Yeah,
yeah. That's
all
the
together at last.
uh
Um,
Have you seen the video for it? The music video?
I haven't. I seen. I listened to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
Or you
Feels like a
know,
demo.
or you know that.
I mean, I get the cultural significance that this is the last one that all four of them played on. But I mean, it's not like they were in the studio together and they were playing on it. It was like through time.
I know,
I mean,
but
if you want to talk about it in a multiverse sense, then yeah, sure, they worked on it together.
yeah, I
But
know,
if you want to talk about it in a reality sense, the last thing they worked on was probably, the Get Back sessions.
it wasn't. But anyway, but
Or what was the one they did after that? Let It Be. No, it was Let It Be was the last one, wasn't it?
well,
But they released Let It
they
Be
released
first.
Let It Be first and Get Back
Uh-huh.
after.
Yeah.
See, maybe you're right. I think the fact it's called Now and Then is very poignant as well, though. Don't you think?
No, yeah, it
And it's
is.
looking back in their history and stuff.
Mhm.
The Peter Jackson directed video has got like digital. They've put John and George in, so they're all
Uh-huh.
standing side by side singing the song type thing
Yeah.
and stuff. And it's good, man. I listen. The first time I listened to it, I had a wee tear in my eye.
It's quite nice
I
the fact
enjoyed it.
it's a double A side and the second A side is their first song.
Aye, I had heard that actually.
So it's quite nice the fact that they've done that
Uh-huh.
because they kind of bookend. Love Me Do. But yeah, it's not. I was
It's
like,
not the
okay,
best song they've ever released, but
no, it's not. No,
at the same time, it's still one that catches your attention. I reckon.
yeah, yeah.
It's a nice song.
It's very pleasant. It's a nice
It
wee
is.
song.
Mhm.
Is it as good as the stuff that's on McCartney 3? No,
I love that album. I really do.
that is a good album.
We listened to that a lot in the road trip.
Yeah. So that I actually like the McCartney solo, like McCartney 1, 2, and 3. I went back and listened to McCartney because I was like, oh, I really like McCartney 3. I wonder if McCartney 1 and 2 are any good.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are good.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, that's the Beatles. Should we talk trailers?
Oh yes.
There's a few. There's a
Yeah.
couple here. So this is your man Kurt Russell and
Yep.
Wyatt
And
as
his
well.
son appearing in Godzilla.
Yeah. So this is
Is it Godzilla?
It's it's a proper. It's Toho Productions. It's kaiju. It's the proper thing. It's big dinosaurs, and they have to go and ask, please, Mr. Godzilla, please help us against the Mothra people. And they've got to like go and get Godzilla to battle the monsters, like
How
in the
unlucky!
proper
How
Godzilla
unlucky
style.
for Kurt Russell and his son to appear in Japan at that precise moment, though.
Exactly, yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure I've seen that
It's a bummer.
Monarch logo. That they use that a lot in TV shows,
Yeah.
and it might even have appeared in like the the new Godzilla movies
Oh, jeez.
as well.
Is this
Is it a
Apple
TV
TV?
show? Yeah,
Is it a TV show?
yeah,
Oh man, I'm in. This looks amazing. Really?
yeah.
This
It looks
looks
like a movie.
this looks amazing. Wow.
Epic series. There you
Oh
go.
my god, I'm in. I'm in with both feet with this. This looks amazing.
It looks great. I said to her, she goes, I'm not really a fan of Godzilla. I went, well, I'm going to watch it.
Oh
So
man,
she'll
I'm
watch
watching
it.
this. Whoa.
One of those. Wait, she didn't watch Invaders, and then by the second episode is like, when are we watching Invaders?
Invasion.
Invasion, sorry.
Yeah. Oh no,
Look at
brilliant.
that.
Dinosaur.
Run.
Godzilla eggs.
Yeah.
Or something. Well, that looks like Chernobyl.
Yeah, did.
Wait a minute, John Goodman was in.
John Goodman?
Was he not in one of the Godzilla movies
I don't know.
already? One of the
I don't know.
remakes?
Anyway, so yeah, this is
This looks great.
Yep.
Oh,
I'll pause it for just now. Anyway, so yeah,
that looks awesome.
That's Apple Plus's. So it's called Monarch: Legacy of Monsters, and it's coming out November 17th. So not long to wait.
Oh well, then that's me. I've got Killers of the Flower Moon in that. Then so
Yeah.
Apple TV, we're coming back for you, baby.
Oh yeah, you gotta. This is a fun one. This one. This is Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt.
Ah, this is a Fall Guy.
Yeah, the Fall Guy. This has been.
Right, what universe is this again? Because were we not talking about?
I can't remember. So
Fall
I
Guy
remember.
movie.
I was thinking about the Fall Guy about 3 weeks ago or something, and I did some research into it. And apparently, there's guys out there that go and try and find the Colt Seavers truck.
I bet you.
Like that's their thing, and there's one guy has one of the actual trucks that was used as the hero truck. So it's pretty much okay, but it's like completely wrecked, and so he's like rebuilt it from all the old Chevy bits. So it's kind of like a Anyway,
wow.
I went down a mine hole, but I used to love this show.
Me too. Well, we both watched it.
I'm the unknown stuntman. Makes Eastwood look so fine. All that kind of stuff. This looks very fun. So basically he's a stuntman, and the star of the show has gone missing, and he has to track him down.
Right.
And that's the kind of basically the plot of this
awesome
guy here. Yeah. So this is the TV show, the movie that they're shooting. And the director is his ex-girlfriend, who obviously has a bit of a conflict thing. And look, Hannah Waddington's in it as well.
Oh, brilliant! She's great.
Yep.
Never seen her in dark hair before.
No. Anyway, so yeah, Ryan Gosling is Colt Seavers.
Brilliant. I'm in. 2 for 2. You've got me.
I think there is a truck in it as well. This is a good bit as well, where he's trying to get into the hotel room.
I think Danny will like that. He's on a big Ryan Gosling trip just now.
Well, that's problematic. So anyway,
that's cool.
That was good. And then this one just dropped. We were talking about this as well. This is Echo.
Oh yes.
So you I posted this up. You were like, meh.
I wasn't until I saw the trailer though. I hadn't seen the trailer when I said that, and then I watched the trailer. I'm like, oh, this looks pretty good. So
this is actually part of Marvel's Spotlight series. Essentially, what they're doing is, and I think this might actually this ties in with the main story we had this podcast, which is this episode. which is how does Marvel keep generating content that doesn't stick in with a timeline? And this is how they could do it. It's just separate stories. It's set in the universe, but it's got nothing to do with the main storyline, and they don't really mention the main storyline. This is
link.
This
Never
is
used it.
exactly, yeah, it doesn't. But this is a TV mature audience.
Right.
So you can only stream it if you have TVMA set on your profile. And they actually call it out on the vanity card at the end of this as well.
And it doesn't pull any punches, no pun intended either. As far as the violence and blood, and it looks like it's going to be, my God,
I know,
extremely edgy,
yes,
to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, this looks great. I take it back.
And Vincent D'Onofrio is in it as well.
Oh, he looks brilliant in it,
and he's great in it and everything. So yeah.
He's always good.
I'm really looking forward to this because I really like his version of the character. I think he's done really well with it. So I'm gonna move this running into it. And he's of course he's got his eye out because she shot him at the end of Hawkeye.
Of course, that's right.
And then the last one is this one. Was this not Richard Chamberlain?
It
back
was
in the day.
Back in the day, in the 80s, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, this looks awesome.
So this is on Disney Plus as well, then. Good grief!
I know. A fun-packed. I don't think this is out till next year, though.
Right. Okay.
It's a 2024.
So this is Cavill, isn't it? That wrote the series of books.
Oh God! Now you're asking. Henry Cavill wrote this.
No.
When he was like 5 years old. What?
James Clavell. Sorry, Clavell.
Right. Please tell me that's not the Richard Chamberlain character, though. The hell's that again?
I'm pretty sure Richard Chamberlain looks quite rough at the start of it. He's kind of like a. He's kind of like a Ronin.
Quite heavy.
Oh, did he? All right.
No, there's anything wrong with that.
No, looks good. I mean, it looks Shogun-y.
Yeah, it does look good. And the original, I don't think I watched the original because we were too wee.
There you go. That might be Richard Chamberlain there.
But this looks good. I'm up for this. Definitely up for this.
Was wee Tiny Tom Cruise? Was he not in?
No, he was in
was it
a movie.
No, it wasn't Ronin.
It was called
The Last Samurai.
I think it was called The Last Samurai. Yeah, which was a bit like that, wasn't it? But it was trained to be a samurai.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's the same. I think it's that same guy.
And then
Hirojuri Sanada.
And then realised that he was he liked the culture and stuff.
Right. He was in the Wolverine 47 Ronin. That's not him. He's been in everything else though.
We've got a lot to look forward to.
Yeah.
Was that not? Oh, I know. What was the other thing I said to you?
That was it, Shogun.
Was it?
Yep. Messenger. Let me just have a look. What else did you say? Well, you mentioned the Beatles one, and then you mentioned Shogun. Echo trailer. That was the other one.
Oh yeah.
I did that one.
Right. Yeah.
That and that's that.
Well done.
So there you go.
Well done, everybody.
Well done.
Great.
Big round of applause there. Well done.
Round of applause.
Shall we crack on with what you're watching?
Okay.
So, what are you watching?
Well, we finished Bodies.
Oh, aye.
I think I spoke pretty much about that.
Did you enjoy it?
Very good. Very
Did you
enjoyable.
enjoy it? Did you find the ending satisfying?
I did.
That was very
and
satisfying.
Obviously, it's open up for a wee
a squeakquel.
A squeakquel. Yeah.
Yep.
What else have we been watching? Nothing. By the looks of things. Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely. Well done.
I'm all caught up.
I'll tell you something, I was gutted this week when I turned on Invasion and I found out it wasn't on. We'd watched the finale last week. I was like,
oh, God. Everyone's done that a couple of times. That's a nightmare. Oh, well, I never mentioned I watched that Old Dads.
Oh, yeah,
last
yeah,
week.
yeah.
I watched it last week, actually,
Bill
with Bill Burr. That's really good. I really enjoyed it. Really funny. And it's kind of guys our age trying to kind of work through modern life and all its kind of cancellation culture and things like that.
Foibles.
Aye, and obviously Bill Burr's anger management issues as well.
Yeah,
and he wrote and directed it, I think, as well.
He did, yeah. My guess is it's semi-autobiographical in nature as well, because it covers quite a lot of stuff that
Have you
he
seen
does
it?
in his stand-up. No, I've not seen it, no, but I've seen clips from it.
I was actually avoiding it because I thought, no, it's probably not very good. But it really is good. I really enjoyed it. I wouldn't say it's amazing, but I'd still say it's
amazing.
Like a 6, 7 out of 10.
Right.
Hold on 2 seconds.
A solid 5.5 out of 10.
My power's about to go off.
Uh-oh.
Actually, I plugged it in, forgot to switch on. I watched a film called The Survivalist or something on Prime. Let's get that Mia Goth in it, and
yeah,
she's good, her, but don't watch it.
No,
it's very very slow.
Oh dear.
And it's really boring.
It's not good.
But it's trying to be arty and stuff, but I don't know. I didn't get it. Maybe I'm missing something. Could be missing something.
Maybe it's not for you.
Maybe it's just not for me.
Maybe it's not for you.
Maybe
it's not your kind of movie.
Maybe not. Maybe not. And we watched Halloween movies were Get Out and Us, the two Jordan Peele movies. Brilliant. Loved them both.
We didn't watch any Halloween movies this year.
That's because you're a big Nancy.
We were going to watch Who Halloween, and we didn't even watch that.
Too scary for you?
Too scary, aye.
Yeah. I like that movie.
I find his character very intimidating.
He does the old... that's the same voice he did for Little Nicky, isn't it?
It is, yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much.
Little Nicky voice, yeah.
We've been watching a kind of reality TV shows, but they're not worth talking about, really.
Gogglebox,
things like that,
yeah. Did you watch Loki this week?
Oh, watch Loki, aye.
Huh?
I'm loving that show.
That's how you do a placement episode. See that? That's how you do a placement episode.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say any more.
Yeah. Well, we're going to cover it all in.
We'll cover it next on Thursday.
On Thursday, yeah, with James.
Yep.
So.
Which is the day before the finale.
Yeah, stay tuned.
But yeah, Loki's just another great season of Loki.
Brilliant. Yep.
It's so good.
It's really good. Really good.
I watched the end of Gen V, the season finale of Gen V. Boy, I gotta say, that is.
They hit the landing.
Yeah, they stuck it. Yep, they definitely stuck the landing. Yep. That was, yeah, just amazing. Like the end of the show was just really well done. A lot of twists and turns. People who you think are going to make it all the way through don't make it all the way through. They're not afraid to just, well, that's the end of this character, and that's gone. And I really appreciate that. I think that shows good writing, I think, more than anything else, because you can always put another character on. It's got certain similar character traits anyway. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, absolutely.
It has to be that kind of shock factor, like, oh my god, they killed Kenny, kind of thing.
Well, I watched that actually. I watched the
like, Oh, the Pandaverse one.
Yeah, I did.
Good.
Yeah, that was pretty good. But wasn't as good as the Meghan and Harry one, but it was pretty
Oh,
good.
okay. The Meghan and Harry one was good.
Aye.
What was that? The Leave Us Alone tour,
The privacy
privacy tour. That was it.
world privacy tour.
Yeah. Brilliant.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, the end of Gen V, really good. You got to watch that show. You've got to watch it. It's
I think
honestly,
I'll be watching it myself. To be honest with you.
every bit as good as The Boys.
Right. Okay. All right.
Okay. Still gory, still sweary, still everything.
I mean, we've seen
very
two
much the
episodes. We're
Boys universe.
not that far.
Yeah. Apparently, it varies very differently because it's supposed to be the G-Men or something which is the academy that they go to where they live, but it's called Godolphin University in the TV show, and it's like a different thing that they have to combat. I won't bother going into it, but it varies differently from that. But from everybody who I've heard, they've said that it's a better storyline in the show than it is in the comic books.
Aye.
So they really did it. They did those characters justice by changing it for the TV show. We watched Matilda the musical on Netflix. I think I still prefer the American one to this one. I know it's mostly a British cast that's in it.
Yeah.
Monica Rambeau's in it. She plays Miss Honey.
Does she?
Stephen Graham's in it as well. He plays the dad.
He's the dad. I do love the original, I must admit.
Yeah, the original's just really well done.
Not seen this one.
Emma Thompson is barely recognizable as the headmistress. And the little kid's good. She's more annoying though, I think, than Matilda, the original one. She's got that kind of like, I'm in theatre type feel about her. And it's like, I know you are, but do you have to act like that?
Tone it down a bit.
Yeah, it was like I was watching Gogglebox, and there was a theatre brat in that, and they were doing Mamma Mia or something. And it's like you could tell which one was in the musical theatre and which one wasn't. Like everything's exaggerated and stuff.
I hate it. In fact, we were talking about that actually. Gogglebox, we were watching Gogglebox, and it showed you a clip of that. I'm like, oh my god! It was when they were all running on, and they're like,
jazz hands,
man. Jesus, that's not real. That's what.
It's not.
I suppose that's why you watch these things, though.
No.
Yeah.
And then I'm on episode 3. There's a four-part series, and it's called "Till Murder Do Us Part." And it's about the Haystrom murders in Lynchburg, Tennessee, or whatever. I can't remember where it is, but Virginia, somewhere down there. Anyway, it's a German guy, and his girlfriend did it's like a kind of like Garth Algar type thing, where it's like she convinces this kid to kill her parents, and he's like, "Those parents are dead, man," and he just goes and kills the parents. Or did he?
All right, okay.
And it's one of those he said, she said type things, and it's really good. And the German guy, Jens Searing, whatever his name is. Anyway, he speaks. No, not you. He speaks fluent English, and I'm not talking about fluent English with like a bit of an accent. I'm talking about he sounds like he's English.
Oh, really?
But he, in this documentary, he must have refused to speak English because because he's interviewed as part of the documentary. He only speaks German, and it's all subtitled. Also, put the subtitles on because not only is it because he's speaking German. The audio is really bad for this show, and so I ended up having to watch it with subtitles on because I couldn't quite pick up what they were saying. It's good though. It starts off with the old drone shot across the forest.
Well,
gotta love it.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
And that's it. There you go. Right, let's see if we can finish this before the hour.
I know. Let's do it. 25 seconds.
Right, okay. If you like this, hit the little like button and share and notify and all that kind of stuff and put it on social medias. It really does help the channel out. And if you like what you see, we put out a new video every Sunday, which is today, and Thursday. Hit the subscribe button, notification bell, and you'll get time reminders when we put something out. But until next time, thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you in the next episode. Bye!